is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis coming to you with a quick video. I wanted to let you guys know I got some new merchandise available, not just t-shirt anymore. I got different type of t-shirt, different type of shirts and logos that you can purchase on my spread shirt, and also hoodies now. We have expanded and added more to the channel and more merchandise for the brand. Thanks for supporting. It will be in the description and the links will be in the comment section below. Thanks for helping me and supporting the movement. Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis. I'm going to check out the video. What's good, YouTube? Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis coming to y'all with a quick video. We're going to talk about Chicago Bull. They got off to pretty much a hot start. 35 minutes a game for the Chicago Bulls. 61% from the field. 45 from three, 83% from the free throw line, while still giving you 3 rebounds, 2 assists, and 32.3 points a game. Now, let's be realistic. We know that he's not going to average that the whole season because he never has, and it's pretty tough to average 30 points because, yeah, you can take a lot of shots, which he is taking 18 shots a game, which is a career high, but he's also taking a career high in free throws, which is 8 a game. And I said that going into this season that we're going to see a more crisper Zach Lavine, not just because of him getting a contract, but him missing majority of last year, then trying to play his way back into shape, learning his teammates. He still had to get the knock off the rust for missing so many games last year, coming back from a major injury, which was the ACL injury. Plus, it's tough to come back from that anyway, especially when you're a guy that's predicated on athleticism and creating space with speed. You know, Zach Lavine needs to cross over. He needs to get that first step to get to the basket. He needs to get you off balance to get that pull-up jump shot. So a lot of his game is based off athleticism and taking advantage of it with that speed and his jumping ability. And ACL tear is very tough for a guy that really relies on athleticism a lot to get his points in his baskets. Now, obviously, Zach Lavine always showed that he can play. He was a little scouted at UCLA. He was a guy that showed potential and a guy that could potentially be a star. I'm a Celtics fan, and I wanted them to take a chance on Zach Lavine over Marcus Smart because of Zach Lavine upside as a scorer. Remember when he was in college, he was a erratic shooter. Sometimes he was streaky. He had bad shot selection, but he showed that he can be a tough shot maker. He showed intangibles like not being afraid of the big moment, knocking down shots in big moments, and being able to take over stretches of games. And he showed that at a young age, even in high school, and a lot of it was done in college too. But even when he was in Minnesota, this guy was a guy that was averaging 20 points per game for the Minnesota Timberwolves before he started getting minor injuries, was knocked his numbers down to 18.9. But that season and the season before, he was shooting 45 from the field, but also shooting 38 from 3, which is above average. You want to shoot around 35, 36%, and he was at 38%. Now, last year he shot 34, but I don't really count that year because he was coming off the injury. He was, like I said, playing under those circumstances of missing majority of the year in the offseason, trying to rehab and get back on the court. So he was rusty. But this year he has really no excuses because he does have the talent around him with Chris Dunn, marketing, Bobby Portis, obviously Wendell Carter, and Jabari Parker. They have enough talent offensively to score with anybody, and they have the speed, they have the athleticism, they have the ability to be a good defensive team just based off the athletes that they have on this roster. Obviously, they're a terrible defensive team, and most young teams are terrible, especially when you don't have a stern coach trying to practice and teach you the right ways to play basketball and giving you the right scheme defensively to succeed. And Fred Hoiberg, I don't have a problem with him, and he showed that he can win. And he helped the Bulls make the playoffs before, but he is a younger coach, and he has been playing with a lot of random moments because this team has been going in flux the last couple of years. They're 1 minute they're Derrick Rose, then they're Jimmy Butler, now they Zach Lavine and Jabari Parker's team with marketing. So he has had inconsistencies, he has had a lot of injuries, and he hasn't really been given the right amount of time to really get a good roster and get the best out of it because it's been changing so much. So I will give Fred Hoiberg a pass. Do I think he's a great coach? Do I think he's an excellent coach? Do I think he's one of the best coaches? No, but he does get a pass because he hasn't been able to play with really any consistent rosters. And, that's something that he had to deal with and accept when he took this position, that they will be turning over from a team that was a contender to now a team that's going to be rebuilding, and he deserves to see this whole process out, considering that he has tried to do the best he can with the talent that he has had. Um, but when it comes to Zach Lavine, I see a lot of great things in him, and I see a great mentality in him. The question that I want to ask the Chicago Bulls fans and the people that's a fan of Zach Lavine, and also the fans of the NBA in general, what do you really think about Zach Lavine? Because Zach Lavine is showing you that he can score that basketball, but can he be that number one option? Can he be that guy that's worth the max that they paid him? We've seen the same thing happen to Andrew Wiggins. Andrew Wiggins showed that he can be a great player his rookie year, winning the Rookie of the Year, destroying people in the rookie sophomore game, coming back the next season, averaging 20 points a game in the next 2 seasons, but they wasn't winning. And when Jimmy Butler went down, he wasn't able to help them win consistently enough to where they can maintain a position as one of the top 4 teams in the West while Jimmy Butler is healing. But he still got 25 million a year in a max contract, and a lot of people thought that he could be that superstar. Remember, Andrew Wiggins was a number 1 pick, but he's showing that he cannot be the best player on a championship team because he can't even win with an all-star and an all-NBA all-NBA player in Karl Anthony Towns as his teammate. And Towns has already passed up Andrew Wiggins too. So when I look at Zach Lavine and you trade a superstar, Jimmy Butler, one of the top 15, top 10 to top 15 players in the league, for a marketing and a Zach Lavine, and you trade in Chris Dunn, it just shows you that do this team really believe that Zach Lavine can be a superstar? I think that Zach Lavine can be great, and he's showing it right now that he can be damn near impossible once his shot is falling because of his speed and because of his his shooting ability, to be able to shoot off the dribble, to be able to come off screens, to be able to come off handoffs, knock down threes, knock down jumpers, but also to create shots off the dribble. But he also is a great transition player, being able to handle the ball, push the ball with his athleticism and fly in the air, but also be a decent free throw shooter. I think he can improve in his free throw area, but he still can get to the line a lot because of his speed and athleticism and his ability to get you off balance. So he shows a lot of signs of being great. He shows a lot of signs that he can be an all-star, especially if he stays in Chicago, because it's not really loaded with guards like the West, for example. And if he can ever get this team to win, they're going to eventually have to pick somebody on this roster to make the playoffs. If they're in the playoffs, to make the all-star team. And Zach Lavine is a guy that's going to put up numbers. And he is a tough cover. But he also does, like I said, shows those intangibles of being able to stop games offensively by hitting game winners, taking clutch shots. He has ice cold. He got the veins. He got ice cold blood. Um, he has all the things you want besides defense and leadership. And I think those are 2 things that he's going to have to develop if he really wants to be the best player on the team. Nobody really seen Jimmy Butler. Nobody seen Victor Oladipo really becoming those type of guys, but they was able to do it. It's all about putting in the work. Jimmy Butler was always known as a great defender, but he was never known as a great offensive player. But if you can study the footage, talk to your coach, figure out ways you can defend, figure out ways you can get better, that's what separates you from the good to the great. You always constantly trying to find ways to get better. You're a student of the game. You're always trying to learn how to slow somebody down, how to get the best shots, how to stay efficient, how to attack the basket, how to, make the adjustments when they're trying to force you to go one way. That's going to be the thing that separates Zach Lavine from everybody else is, will he do the extra credit? You're already a good player. You're already a good scorer. You already average 18 a game, and you have the ability to shoot 15 to 20 shots a game on the Chicago Bulls team because they're going to need somebody to score, especially because Lauri Markkanen is out right now. So they're going to need somebody to step up even more. And Zach Lavine has been able to do that this year so far in the first couple games, but they haven't been winning, and they haven't been a great defensive team. But Zach Lavine has to take that. I'm getting paid the most. I am the best player on this team talent wise, and I got the best potential. But is I'm willing to put in that extra work to become a great defender, to become a better leader, to become a better team player, to help my teammates become better. Those are the things that's going to take him from a star player to a superstar player if he can develop it, if he wants it, and if he puts the work in. So I think that that's one thing that I would like to see Zach Lavine get better at is communicating, is trying to find ways to continue to get his teammates easy shots and for them to play better off of him. And that's something that he might not be able to do now, but probably 2, 3 years from now, once he get it all figured out, once he gets a team, if he stays with this Bulls team and able to develop with them and grow with them, maybe he can evolve into that type of player, or maybe he's always going to be a second or third option, a guy that can give you 20 points and give you some 3-point shooting, but he can't be the best player on the team. Those are the questions that I have, and that's the question that I asked you. Do you guys think Zach Lavine can be a franchise player? Can he be the number one option on a championship team? Can he lead you to the playoffs as a best player on the team? Can he ever be a great defender? Can he ever develop into a leader? Can he ever develop into something bigger than just a guy that can put up numbers on a bad team and don't win? Can he help this team make it to the playoffs? These are questions that I want to see what you guys have to say in the comment section below. Answer all of them or any of them, but this is a question I'm asking you guys. Can Lavine live up to the hype? Can he be what we think he can be? Will he ever become it? Will he ever develop? We don't know. But it is fun to ask because he's putting up these numbers and he showed that he can do it in Minnesota. Now he's getting a big opportunity to do it in Chicago. Even though they're not winning, he's going out there taking over. He's going out there dominating. He's doing it efficiently so far. But can he do the little things and put in that extra credit to become even a better player? That's something that I don't know, something that I haven't seen for him since he's been in the league. But maybe he can do it, by the end of his tenure with the Chicago Bulls. And you got to put in perspective that he is 23, so he is still growing in developing at the same time. Ain't like he's a 28, 29-year-old and I'm asking this question. He is only 23 and he shows a lot of potential still, even though he is showing what he did in Minnesota, but he looks good right now. So let me know what you guys think. Check out my website, analysisplayground.com. Link will be in the description in the comment section below. Check out my website, analysisplayground.com. Link will be in the description in the comment section below. Check out my t-shirts. I got them available on my Facebook page. There you can find different type of logos, different type of shirts. You can change the shirt color. You can change the logo color, or you can just change both of them to the shirt that you want with that particular logo. Also, check out my spread shirt. There you can find phone cases, water bottles, and also pillowcases, for example. But you also can find t-shirts, sweaters, and hoodies. That's all available on my spread shirt. Support the movement. Thanks for watching the videos. Thanks for continuing to support by liking and watching the older videos and continuing to watch them throughout these years and months and these weeks, and also binge watch my old content. If you like this video, you like my other work, because I do a great job. You guys enjoy watching. I enjoy making the videos, and that's what keep me going. And let me know what you guys think about Zach Lavine in the comment section below. Can he be a franchise player, especially for the Chicago Bulls?